Hey everyone, this is Mike, and with Shadowbringers nearing its end, it's time to finish up some last things that I want to do so that I can start with a clean slate when the expansion comes out. I like having some end of expansion goals each time that we get into this content lull before the next expansion comes out for a few reasons. One, it keeps me busy. While there are plenty of other games that I enjoy playing, I still like to come back to Final Fantasy here and there, and thus having something to work towards can serve as motivation to come back to the game. 2. I end up doing things that I otherwise might not have taken the time for when I'm still farming Savage or progging an ultimate, for example. And 3. It means that I can start our new expansion fresh, without having to put these things on hold, because I want to be enjoying our new content that Endwalker has to offer. So what are some of these end of expansion goals that I am currently working towards? First off, we have max level gear for all of my jobs. Now, I know that this isn't all too important, seeing how gear will be replaced very quickly once the expansion comes out, but because I will be grinding out levels for a few jobs instead of taking it slow, having that small boost that the gear gives you will be nice. Our current max level gear should be able to take me to like level 85 or something before I start being on par with dungeon gear, so it'll help me clear the first few dungeons a little bit faster, and because I'll also be hunting to get experience, it'll help me out there when I'm trying to kill these monsters that are way higher level than I am. Again, not going to make a huge difference, but every little bit helps to make the process go smoother. Second on the list are relics. There are still 2 relics that I want to finish, those being Dancer and Warrior, so that's also something that I'm going to be doing. I also have some friends that are still working on theirs, so hopefully we can team up together to make the grind a bit more fun, but I also know that one of them is really busy at the moment with IRL stuff, so we'll see how that all plays out. If anything, I'll just go do it by myself, because I would like to get them done in a timely manner. Dancer will pretty much be completed while I grind out the Deliberum step for Warrior, and then all that's left is for me to run Dalriada a few times, or run some level 70 dungeons, and then I'll also be able to check that off the list. Next up is retainer gear. I kinda neglected these in Shadowbringers, so much so that most of my retainers can't even do the highest level explorations anymore. So I at least want to set them up with some gear that will allow them to level in Endwalker, and then once they reach level 90, I'll just have to make sure to not forget about them this time and get them some actual gear. Not sure if I'll just craft the gear or if I'll grind out scripts for it. I think I already grinded some script gear for my botanist, but I might just craft the gear for my miner and fisher instead, because that will most likely take a little bit less time, but I'll see. I also need to check how much gear is actually still needed. Then one of the goals that is already completed is getting the dragon mounts. Over the last few weeks, or months at this point I guess, me and some friends set up an EX trial farm group so that we could get everyone that mecha dragon, and we're pretty much done with that now. I'm making this video a day early, so we'll still be having our mount farm session tonight, but we only need 2 more mounts and then we're done, so hopefully we can get those tonight, and then there is also something that is off the list. I already have my mecha dragon, but we're just sticking around to make sure that everybody has theirs as well. Last but not least, I still have 2 achievement related goals that will probably end up taking the longest out of everything that I want to do, because there is some RNG involved. First off is getting the Mahjong title. I made a video on Mahjong a little while ago about how I started playing it with some friends, and that I've been enjoying it enough that I want to go for that title. Now, I'm not that great at the game just yet, and seeing how you need to place first or second in a match to advance for the title, this could take a little while, but I do quite enjoy playing it, so it is something that I at least want to try and make as much progress towards as I can. Also because of the last thing that is on the list, which is the triple triad mount. Mahjong queues tend to take quite some time because there isn't a huge player base on my data center, but while I'm queuing for a match, I can play some triple triad against NPCs to try and finish up my card collection. I started to work on it a few days ago, and I pretty much bankrupted myself what MGP is concerned, because I noticed that there were loads of cards from the vendor that I didn't own yet, but I've now gotten to the point where most of the cards that I'm lacking are obtained through just playing or through the booster packs, but I want to try and get them through playing as much as possible, because as I mentioned before, I don't really have that much MGP left. So that's pretty much what I'll be doing now whenever I'm in queue for something, usually when I queue for Mahjong, because I can queue for that from anywhere, and because the only other group content that I'm really doing at the moment is relic related stuff, and you need to be in the relic area for that, either Gangos to queue for Deliberum or inside of Zadnor itself. It's kinda hard to play triple triad while I'm there. But those are my end of expansion goals. I'm sure that I'll be able to get most of these finished up, seeing how there's still a fair amount of time before Endwalker comes out, but the triple triad and the Mahjong one I'll need to get a little bit lucky with, as there is some RNG involved with those 2, but I'll try my best, and I'm sure that if I do end up finishing them, I'll make a video when I finish either of those and then tell you guys about the journey or something, in case some of you would be interested in going for those achievements as well. But that's gonna do it for me. Let me know down below what your end of expansion goals are, or if you've already finished everything that you wanted to do and are just taking a break from the game now, waiting for Endwalkers to come out. Let me know down below. But with that, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.